Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, we want to thank everybody for their support, and we have a lot of people to thank.
We do. And, it truly is. We truly are so very, very grateful. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do this. And you guys have helped us you're giving us the ability to continue on. We want to say a huge thank you to Israel, the recalcitrant one. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
I always have trouble with that one. Sorry for butchering your name. We want to say another thank you to Jen, Susan D, Miss Joe, Michael, Stacy, Robbie, Nina, and it's a growing list of people who are supporting us. Sometimes it's over on Ko-Fi, and other times it's on Patreon, and sometimes it's our YouTube members. We appreciate it so much.
Yes, we couldn't do it without you guys. Again, there are different benefits at different tiers on Patreon, and like we had all this interference with doing a live the other day was very, very jumbled and all sorts of chaos. And we were meanwhile taping the show, and we upped it to YT, or we upped it from YT to Patreon. And again, you're always welcome to watch those over here at Patreon as well, as there won't be the interference. Okay, last night we did a later live for us, as we're usually up before the sun is up. European stocks gain, but they're off the best levels after Poland asked to evoke Article 4 of NATO treaty. Yes, the whole thing with the drones and what was really going on with this. This I thought was a very big deal. Poland said its airspace was repeatedly violated by drones during today's attack by Russia on Ukraine. Poland shot down Russian drones after unprecedented airspace violation. Polish Prime Minister Tusk says Poland asked to evoke Article 4 of NATO treaty. Meanwhile, U.S. President Trump reportedly asked the EU to hit China and India with 100% tariffs to pressure Putin to end the war. A judge temporarily blocked President Trump from removing Federal Reserve Governor Cook. And it's just kind of wild and crazy and chaotic. You have Poland sealing off the border with Belarus, bracing for Russia's Zapad war games. Zapad, by the way, means west. And that Z symbol started to show up on Russian tanks back in 2022 at the beginning of the war. So this is a war game that they've done in the past. They're doing it again. It started actually in 2009. It's a once a year type thing, and here's the timing. It's going to be taking place now, starting September 11th. By the way, September 11th, which is tomorrow. Oh, okay. So, and this is going to be involving Russia and Belarusian militaries. This was really disconcerting to see all these drones coming over the border. And we could see that they did come over the border. Clearly, they came over the border. But again, you got to ask yourself. We know that, obviously, you could have people placed anywhere pretty much in the world at any time. And drones are a dime a dozen nowadays. So, what's really going on? Was this really an act of war? Was this really some sort of tit for tat or some sort of warning? Or, was this, as you see here, Russia claims drones and potentially a missile over Polish airspace came from Ukraine, trying to draw the rest of NATO into the war. It's all very, very interesting to say the least. And so we watch the theatrics. We understand that, yes, there's always real lives lost. Even if this has been scripted, the outcome always involves real lives and, trauma. And that's the bigger part of this. We have to, again, change the way the world thinks.
And we can. It starts with you.
Yeah, one person at a time. Absolutely. Meanwhile, you have a UAP hearing again. and they revealed new military surveillance video showing a UFO splitting a Hellfire missile in midair. Not a single witness was aware of any U.S. military technology capable of such a feat. Every witness described the footage as extremely scary. Oh yeah, when your best weaponry looks like Lincoln Logs and Tinker Toys compared to what is out there, that can be disconcerting. Again, when we've seen so many of these sci-fi movies about alien invasions, and what it would be like to literally go up against somebody that is thousands of years ahead of you in technology. Very, very disconcerting. Yet we also have all the information that's come through from so many different sources, letting us know that that is part of what's been going on here forever. This has always been an ultra-terrestrial controlled planet. Meaning, again, Homo sapiens sapiens has never been the top of the food chain, and certainly nowhere near the top of the technology chain. And when you look to the past and you look to the wars that are mentioned in the different mythologies, again in the Vedic world, the Asuras, the demonic ones, against the Devas who support the natural order of things. The Devas, again, teach humans how the universe actually works. The fact that there's all different planes and dimensions of existence. The fact that there's life abounding everywhere. Even goes so far as to say that there's hundreds of thousands of humanoid species in our galaxy. And then we also look to the Greek myths, and again, the wars of the Titans, representing natural forces and those beings that are in alignment with natural forces, against the Olympian gods that bring about the order on the planet that we see still ongoing to this day. And the Sumerian stories, again, about the Anunnaki. In the Nordic world, we have the Aesir and the Vanir fighting their battle. Again, the Aesir defeat the Vanir, and the Vanir are, again, those aligned with natural forces. Again, representing the same battle we have seen. It's just every place you go, you hear the same stories. The reality is we've all been always behind enemy lines. Yes, because that alien invasion literally happened way in the deep past. Here you have a Lockheed Martin executive, Army Colonel Carl Neal. Non-human intelligence, it's real. It's been engaging with humanity for a long time. Lockheed Martin, this is the military-industrial complex, and he's obviously military. Admitting, because why would he do that? Is it because that's not the case? No, because it's all being exposed, and they want to, again, keep you in the fold. It's going to be exposed by the beings that can split Hellfire missiles in two with their technology, that can literally turn off all sorts of weapons systems from a distance, and there's absolutely nothing the reptilian draconian system that is integrated into all of our military systems at the top upper echelons can do about it. Because again, when we look at this, all of creation comes top down. Everything is created from the higher densities down. So everything you see created in this 3D plane is created with a template on the 4D, and also other templates on 5, 6, and higher up. And that is truly a different subject, but this is part of what we want to get across, that people can start to grasp, those that don't understand this, that still are thinking perhaps in a very, very fundamentalist mindset, which, again, that was given to you clearly. It's even stated that's given to you to keep you in the dark. Because they're only going to let the initiates, the inner circle, understand the real situation on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. That's their goal, and that's why they put our children and us in school so early, and that's why they put such emphasis on what we call professionals, because the professionals are the only ones that know the solid truth. And there's many, many, many more truths than what they simply tell us here on the 3D. There's different truths and different dimensions. There's different beings. There's all kinds of perspectives that you can bend a truth around. So, the language, what comes to me is the language of this world is very, it can be very chaotic, and it can sway, and that's not always fair. And sometimes it is fair, but the flexibility of the world around us is just incredible.
Another unexplained Big Bang rocks New Jersey towns, and actually, in reality, not very far from the earthquake swarms that we've seen, and also from all the drones that were up in the air at one time. So what's really going on here? Again, there's so much more going on than meets the eye. Skyquakes, these have been reported all the time in different places. This is over in Florida. This sounds heavy industrial. So, it sounds like you're at a construction site, but there's no construction site right here. And I'll give you guys a little... We've heard some of these in the past, and have gotten that they were not this one in particular. We didn't get any direct info on, but in other times, a lot of times they are cloaked ships up in the sky.
Yeah, that's usually what it is, and it could be various other things as well, different dimensions, portals being opened. It's just something that you have to feel into each and every individual one. And this was really interesting. I enjoyed this. This feels like some beings traveling together in their own individual Merkabas, one obviously stronger than the others, but still traveling together.
Yes, Merkaba is the light body, and again, you need to, as far as humans go, you need to have a functioning pineal gland to utilize it. And again, that brings us back to so much of what is going on in this world, which has been all about suppressing innate human potential and abilities. So as we could see, we have a 5.1 over here and a 4.9, and there's 9 altogether. Last time I looked, I think 1 or 2 rolled off this particular swarm because it started over 24 hours ago. Right across from the Siskiyou National Forest area, basically border area of California and Oregon. So we do watch this area very carefully, especially at this time. And when we're talking about third eye, fluoride, so corrosive that special equipment is required to store it. It eats holes in concrete, dissolves metal and human flesh, but it's okay to add it to your drinking water in small doses. How much water do you drink over the course of a lifetime? It's a mind-boggling volume. So obviously this can be a problem and is a problem. The other thing too is just the deliberate hiding of so much of our history. City of Chicago by airship in 1914. Oh yeah, the airships too. I mean, they've hidden just how prevalent they were. And they've hidden a lot of the Tartarian history from us. But so many great researchers, YouTubers, so many channels out there are doing their best to expose what really is an amazing history that has happened on this planet.
It is. There's just a lot of things that still need exposing, and that's what we do. We do our best to feel into it and bring you the information, not from headlines, not from the controller's equipment that is in the skies, but really feel into it and put the patterns together so we know the truth and not just what we're being told.
Take a break and do some kitty yoga today.
I like kitty yoga. That looks like that's the perfect pose right there.
And don't forget the Qigong meditation, grounding and rooting, getting out in nature is so important. Unplug your routers every night as well. And, again, we've been so blessed to have so many people that recently, especially it seems, that have been following the channel for years and basically calling and making appointments at this point in time because they feel the need. It's just wonderful talking to you guys. It's a blessing, and the interactions are something to be cherished as we all go through this roller coaster ride. And it's really wonderful to see how so many are just blossoming in such great ways.
Indeed.
As always, much love, source bless, and namaste.
Namaste.